breathed in the cool, pure air, tasting the rich oxygen and nitrogen. My eyes filled with tears. The sun hovered behind the horizon like an orange fireball. Sunny, that was the latest buzzword. It was talked about now with every breath, and suddenly I knew what it really meant. I stretched out my hand to feel the warmth, to touch its face. Then the timer squealed and a voice roared in my ear. Simulation room S23, your time is up. Please move to the fast decompression chamber. 2 hours later, I was back at the helm of my ship, the Zukabus, leaving the pleasure centers of the Malay archipelago behind. The nano fabric of my pilot's seat massaged my body as I accelerated on full dipole drive, spearing into the black heart of the lifeless ocean like a nightmare shattering a dream. But the oceans were no longer as dead as they seemed. Scientists brewed gene cocktails and chromosome soups without sanction, rebreeding every life form within range of their test tubes. Mighty sharks, dolphins, even the greatest carnivores that ever lived. Primordial beasts that had terrorized the oceans 150 million years ago. The scientists did what they pleased, including creating new branches of life where evolution refused to go. They earned so many credits with their tinkering that even the most powerful computers struggled to keep up with the total. But behind the glittering facade of tungsten, titanium, and niobium, the calcareous whole of human existence was crumbling. The frequency of mass disasters increased dramatically. Amok runners, psychotics, high-tech slave drivers, gene adulterators, and slick techno dealers prowled everywhere, plunging habitats and dwellings into chaos. My name is Emerald Deadeye Flint. I'm tracking down the remaining bionts scattered throughout the oceans. Each one a potent germ posing danger to the world of Aqua. I carry out the Biont mission with my 4 wing pilots, DeGrange, Piccolini, Harper, and Bonham, and my onboard computer, Sally. My clients are international, representing every government. When the Bionts appeared out of nowhere 5 years ago, aiming to extinguish human life in the oceans, I had no objection. On the other hand, it didn't hurt my cash box any to give humanity a short reprieve, so I went for the credits. But during the destruction of the Biont stronghold off Australia, called the Survion, my friend Hong Long sacrificed her own life so I could place the final explosive charge. Now I don't sleep too easy. And I won't until every last remnant of the Biont threat has been eliminated. My last job was in Neapolis, the capital of the Atlantic Federation. Neapolis, home to the eccentric techno-bourgeois, a genetically zapped and nano-tuned group wasting their senseless lives trying to establish the optimal political system in Aqua. All the while, Neapolis sinks deeper and deeper into a slick of pseudo-democracy, racism, techno-devotion, and corruption. Now the new line, who call themselves Democrats, are making the capital ungovernable, leading only to endless discussions, bureaucratic acrobatics, and a weakened city with a leaderless army. I was glad I was finished there and on my way to the tornado zone in the Eastern Pacific. People take drugs in the tornado zone instead of ingesting nanorobots for cures, and their free-thinking attitude translates into free action as well. I was homesick, and I missed every screwball and dangerous freak who'd be waiting there to greet me. On the way, I made a short side trip to the Argentine basin to see my friend, El Topo, the mole. Nobody pulls strings like El Topo, who can get almost anything done behind the politicians' backs. El Topo murmured something to me about an important job, a secret scientific sensation. I got a little bored until he came to the part about earning lots of credits. So I went to Magellan and spent a few hard hours at Mariner's Pride, a rotten workers' dive, where I downed mid-brain assassins with a few old friends. Just as the world turned into the carousel I was hoping to ride, I caught sight of some jerk clearing off with the Zuka bus. I had never thought about that happening. Someone just stealing my ship out from under my nose. But there it went. Suddenly I was back to square one again in my old stomping ground. Broke, exhausted, and listing heavily.
Shut up, Perry.
Why? I didn't say a word.
Just because. I don't want to hear anything about...
The hero got his ship stolen? By a handful of bored neo-yuppies.
I'll get the Zuka bus back. And then I'm going to examine the prostate gland of that butthead who took her with her bow.
Still as hard as Vanadium. Let's get down to business. Out of his magnanimous generosity, El Topo donates the toilet. A real death trap. Make contact with him in El Topo's asylum.
We are developing a chocolate made from highly refined insect protein and fat-producing bacteria. Would you like a taste?
Sounds great. Let me have it.
Pay attention to the delicate nut flavor. We synthesized that from South Chinese algae.
Are there enough amino bits and vitamins in it?
Of course, and mood brighteners and glutamate inhibitors that temper the more frightful emotions. There's not much to do in the Argentine basin, is there?
We fight for every smile, man.
Well, I'm afraid you won't be getting one from me. My friend Leone and I just came over from Florida, but now that brutish ELF station of yours is giving me a throbbing headache.
Oh, what's the problem, honey?
Are you dense? Extreme low frequency waves turn people's brains into mush. Talk to Leone. She knows more about it. You can find her at the Neo-Stylistic Whitewater in Vespucci, probably chewing on a chemosynthetic steak.
How was your vacation in the TransUnion?
Surface simulation, light, oxygen, women, good food, women.
I heard about your mishap. The succubus was really stolen right from under your nose?
Yeah, man, yeah, they did. I'll get her back, and then...
Please. Perry gave me a graphic description. How are things at the front?
There aren't as many of them now, but there are still enough bions to give you sleepless nights.
Suggestion. You'll get a lightning-fast high-tech cruiser. All you have to do is blow away a little bion trash. It's floating around the habitats.
How about getting some guys in the orange suits to take care of them? You're just so nice to me.
Thank you, thank you. Now listen. I want you to take the toiler and recon the situation. We've just received a shipment of 3D screens and nanorobots. The captain of the cargo ship wants someone to hold his hand while navigating the slalom. First, I want you to meet Commodore Sewell. He's one of those young, dynamic Federation Army officers. The situation in Neapolis is worse than bad. And your old friend, Admiral Cox, is drifting towards the political scrap heap. There's definitely something else on the agenda. And that's why they need you. Commodore Sewell will fill you in. When the job's done, come to McGallen.
Light, my name is Commodore Sewell. Pleased to meet you, Deadeye.
Call me Flint, Commodore. Deadeye is reserved for friends and mortal enemies.
Oh, I was hoping we could be friends. I'll come to the point and not waste time. The political situation in Neapolis is, let's say, troubled. The new line, of which I am a member, are progressive thinkers. The old government blocks anything that's fresh, daring, or economically viable. Certain pieces of information have motivated an experiment. I'm not allowed to tell you what it is, but I need your help to complete it. Admiral Cox will arrive here in a moment. I suggest a conference. Anyhow, Light, Flint, I'll be in touch with you when the time comes.
And don't forget your credit card. The shortest way to friendship.
Boston Hopper here. You need wings, huh?
I think I'll manage alone, Boston.
Okay, then. I have a couple of belts with the ground. At least she knows how to trick.
You should see the bucket of boats El Miser Topo gave me. A snail moves faster.
So what? The hell with it, Flint.
Oi, Flint, back again. Like the Gulf Stream, you disappear into the depths in the north, then float secretly back to Florida.
That's me, a wanderer. What about you?
Oh, I got big troubles. One of those damn Neapolis boys got a hold of me the other day, full of light water. It said we had an architectural problem. He wanted to fix it with a few torpedoes.
Sounds like a kook. He heavily armed?
No. El Topo had his ship scanned. It's an old Gorgon-class Atlantis bomber. Easy to crack from the front. I think El Topo's going to hire someone to take out that brain-dead terror tourist. Speaking of which, there's a worthless wise guy named Freeman at Magellan. You might want to talk to him before he takes the job away from you.
What makes you think I'm looking for work?
Well, for starters, your new boat looks like a water bug with a bad case of gas. If I were you, I'd be making credits as fast as possible. Oh, by the way, Neapolis boys crossing off the Gamma. A new station. They're still building it.
Do you think the breathing gas seems a little dense?
Yeah, it's hard to breathe. My analyzer shows the carbon dioxide ratio is way too high.
That's definitely a problem with the mixture. In spite of helium-17 and significant reductions in pressure at the stations compared with 5 years ago, we're having rising health problems, like microbubbles, joint pain, personality changes.
Why don't our magicians invent something better?
In confidence, I can tell you that there is a rumor of an ultrafine gas, even lighter than helium. But apparently something went wrong. Scientists of Machina were on their way to Neapolis and had a short stop here, and the breathing gas samples disappeared. Can you believe it? Cases and cases of the stuff. Simply gone.
Of course I can believe it. Who else might want that stuff?
Think about it, man. Who's the biggest shark in our little goldfish bowl? If you want to know more, talk to Frog. She's a light designer working out of Talasso.
I was just talking to Juan.
Quite a paranoid character, isn't he? No doubt he blabbered to you about the new super gas. Yes, I see it in your face. Well, there is something to it.
Who could have stolen cargo like that?
Think about it. Who has the monopoly right now?
Entrox Corporation. Energy, transport, and oxygen.
Right. And oxygen simply stands for breathing gases in general. Because pure oxygen would be poison at the pressures we live under. That's why we need better air. And why that super gas is worth billions of credits.
So you think Entrox is behind the theft?
Mister, those guys down there in the Gulf of Florida have hearts colder than a dead politician. Talk to Shakti. She's a storewoman at Entrox and responsible for loading the jump ships. You can find her at Vespucci.
How are things in the Argentine basin? It must be 5 years since I've been here.
There are too many screwballs from Neapolis coming over. Because of the magma eruptions along the mid-Atlantic ridge, whole hotel chains are going up for them.
So what's the problem?
They get drunk because they're not used to our booze. Then the city slickers hang out and act like seahorse cowboys. Every weekend, one of those Neapolis punks runs amok or threatens a jump ship route by racing around their habitats. They even steal ships for crash dives.
Steam is building all over Aqua. I don't know how anybody's gonna keep the lid on.
Hi, Flint. Where is my Zuka bus? What kind of wreck are you hauling my circuits around in? Holy mackerel. Do you remember the high-up a couple of years ago? Just before the Bionts came on the scene? That was awful. But this tin can. Couldn't you have asked El Topo if we could get the high-up? Okay. Show me what you can do. I've put a navigation point on the junk pile. Just follow the arrow. Attention, Flint. A cargo ship reports contact with a Biont unit. I put a navigation point there for you. Move out, baby. The freighter has lost her cannons. She's moving across the debris without defense. You've got to clear the way before she springs a leak.
I think that cargo ship captain's head is as thick as a plank. Go help him, Flint.
Cargo ship reports serious trouble. Biont scrap parts floating in its course. The pilot is angry. Hurry up, Flint. Cargo ship's captain reports damage to the hull. He can't take the wreckage bombardment much longer.
Job well done, Flint. Hooray! The hero returns from the field of honor.
Please, it wasn't the capture of Troy, but we did get rid of the garbage.
By the way, as the boss of the ANSCAT task force, you'll be pleased. We have a Biont alert.
Yeah, let's go, boss! My torpedoes are starting to rust in the tubes.
Hey, friend, don't overdo it or you'll be walking the plank.
My torpedo tubes shine like a great white's teeth. Let's go plink some tin cans.
How do you like these kids, El Topo? Pretty wild, huh?
That's okay. Lisa's a lot of fun. There's a Clans Union merchant waiting for you in McGowan. He was attacked by Bionts. He'll tell you where. Report on Vespucci when you're finished.
I'm not gonna say this twice, washout. Forget about El Topo's job.
Oh, I'm scared. So who's scaring me?
Me, because right now I don't feel like going cold turkey on credits. So think of me as a heart surgeon without a scalpel.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means I'll tear your heart out of your chest with my bare hands if you steal a job from me. End of discussion.
Jeez, Flint. I feel like I ate bloody lead for breakfast. I hate this place. We need jobs, credits, action, and no more stupid bion games.
I hear they're having volcanic eruptions along the mid-Atlantic ridge. Why don't you head over there and see if that's enough action for you?
Oh, the hell with it. Who's gonna pay me for that? I need to get something in my torpedo sights, Flint. Do I look like a senile geologist? Don't answer that. Listen, you want to study volcanoes in the mid-Atlantic ridge? You talk to Pico. He's always got his face in the scientific journal. Last I heard, he was at the Junta Dive in Vespucci.
Our Neapolite hobby terrorist is on Synthahol, obviously a student of architecture. He constructively criticizes Da Gama. He's honed in the sights on his weapon systems. Looks like he's getting ready to dance. Attack the marked target now. Oh, our client is complaining about the ineffectiveness of his weapons against us. Gee, I hope he doesn't sue us. That guy's drunker than a skunk. Oh, Mr. Architect doesn't like getting shot at. Too bad, pal. We're a first-class team. I don't think this guy's gonna bother the station anymore. Let's go make a deposit at the bank.
Flint, I hear you're going into action.
Because I'm saving your head again. Please deposit the usual credits in my account.
Hey, how old are you? You just fell for one of the oldest tricks in the book. Somebody used you for their own ends, and it wasn't me, Flint. And I only pay when I'm the one calling the shots. Sorry.
Salam! Oh, my friend Flint. Light into sloom.
Salam to you, too. What magic tricks do you have in your bag?
Smart suits with an argon body heat isolation, telescopic sight implants, neuroacoustic communicators, a cranial input to lock in our dream server.
Hey, since when do you sell technology? You used to sell high-end luxury stuff.
Oh, I have special high-pressure yeast as well, with which you can bake delicious cakes. I have tattoos of shining luciferine pigments, holographic gills from the clan's union, a nose spray that wraps your brain in Bengalese dreams, creepy insects with cinnamon flavor, delicious living snacks.
Oh, no kidding. You guys from the clan's union are really something else. Just tell me where you had trouble with the bions.
A plug! Mud-eating parasites. When I came here to Magellan, I passed a bion scrapyard. It was horrible. They are reorganizing. One of the germ cells must still have been alive. They chased me. I got away by the skin of my teeth. You must go there and clean house, brother.
Scrapyards are my destiny. Okay, thanks. May the water around you always be clear and shining.
And may the women admire you like an Indian prince. May they give you relief.
I've got a call for help from a caterpillar driver at the scrapyard. There seems to be some kind of autonomous reorganization of rudimentary biont parts. They're coming back to life. We'll meet at the navigation point. From there, you will be his escort.
Damn! I can't locate the biome. Too much electronic trash out here, causing echoes and false reads. Still, I've got a few ghost signatures. There's something moving, but I can't get a fix. Lisa, what do you see?
I suggest Harper and I loiter over the scrapyard and scan it for activity. If you need help, just lure that biome breed toward us.
We should go to navigation point 1 now. Next destination, the marked object. I got something. Junk piles with neural activity. At the new navigation point. Let's go to navigation point 2, friend. I've got a report here from the scrapyard chief. If you want to, you can blow the remaining biont parts before they reorganize again.
Hey, Flint! We don't fancy digging in trash, so we'll leave that to you. If you don't twaddle too long, I'll stick around with Lisa and watch your back.
Good, you're here. We're in a hurry. There's this new ELF radio transmitter. Extreme low frequency. On one hand, it guarantees excellent communication with ships, but on the other hand, it means trouble with the population. They say the oscillations make them crazy and cause Parkinson's. I don't know. Look around for Sputchy and talk to Terry. A new terrorist group is armed. Happens more often these days.
Yeah, the citizens of Aqua are a bunch of ingrates. They crack at the first sign of lethal danger. I'll have a look around. Light, Leone. I hope I'm not disturbing you.
I think they seasoned the steak with Epsilon taste intensifier. It's making my neck tight and burning my nerves.
Well, everything good has a price. Your friend Miriam said you could enlighten me about our ELF station.
Ah, well, did you know that the station has an antenna 300 miles long with masses of amplifiers and neuroacoustic boosters? As a result, anyone who stays here a year will likely go completely insane. They use giant ELF antennas in the 21st century to change the ionosphere. They could look through the curvature of the Earth, change the weather, even detect underground bunkers and oil fields or submerged submarines. Of course, they also drove whole cities mad as hell. But then, everything good has a price.
So what's happening now?
Nothing. I have heard some activists are getting together, and I wouldn't even be surprised if your ELF station was attacked soon. They'll pretend to fumble around with the relays, but in reality, they'll concentrate on a central radio station. That's where you need to be on your guard.
Are you Shakti? Frog said I should talk to you.
Shh. About the stolen supergas.
Yeah, what can you tell me?
When we began loading the jump ship, one of the administrators came over. Told me to take a break for 2 hours and he gave me a few credits to keep me busy. When I got back, the cargo hold was packed with cases labeled Entrops Cooperate Supply. But there was nothing like that on the bill of lading. Put 2 and 2 together, Flint. Those gas cases are worth loads of credits, man.
Deadeye, did you know the mid-Atlantic ridge is the origin of the oceans? The Earth breaks in half there, ejecting loads of magma and shoves the continents away from each other. Every drop of water seeps down into the Earth, then comes up there again, which is why the oceans are salty. It's fantastic.
Pico, you have too much free time. What the hell are you talking about?
Nothing. But I'll tell you, if we ever get work along that ridge, one shot in the wrong place and a magma bubble might go up and roast your butt. Even a small salvo from that tub you're driving would do it, so keep it in mind.
Speaking of magma, I wouldn't mind knocking back an aquarium tsunami booster.
So what did I tell you? A simple job.
Careful. There's a mini railgun in my pocket, and it'll blow 100 titanium needles into your brain before you can say, ow. I don't like being made a fool of. El Topo didn't know anything about your simple job.
Okay. Look, I was desperate. My brother Jack works in Dagama, and this madman was about to wreck the place. I couldn't afford a mercenary on my own, so I thought I could...
Take me for a ride? Well, here's what happens at the end. You get on your communicator and upload to my account, here and now. And remember the railgun while you do it.
Okay. It's done.
How's your aquarium tsunami booster here?
Great. As long as you don't plan on being able to fire the children.
Great. Make it a double.
The people are right. ELF waves actually penetrate the globe, which is why they're so useful for underwater communications. The new tunnel system they built is even more dangerous. Its main antenna is 300 miles long, and off Canada, there's a station that makes the whole St. Lawrence Shield dance. If you're wondering what tunneling ELF is doing to the human brains at that station, I'll tell you, it liquefies the substantia nigra, and without an implant, people die. This station here is just as dangerous.
Oh, please, Terry. There's no proof. You're just panicking. They use ELF all over Aqua because it works.
Ridiculous. We've got synaptic communication. It uses the sensory receptors of a new breed of megashark. They can recognize field oscillations up to 5 billionths of a volt.
Okay, you two. I'd like to join the scientific debate, but I'd rather chug synthahol in the whitewater and jelly up my brain. I could use some relaxation. How's How's the Galapagos crab here?
Excellent. We season it with a touch of orchid from the cultivation domes of floating Bombay.
Are you kidding? Do people wait to eat it before they start throwing up?
If you prefer vomiting during your meal, sir, I recommend the shark intestine sandwich at the Junta Junta.
Well, looky here. You're Deadeye Flint, aren't you? I knew you from the data channels. Sit down. I'm Freeman.
Funny name.
Oh, no. I didn't say that was my name. So tell me, what kind of ship does a hot shot like you navigate?
A borrowed one. Mine was stolen.
That hurts. I bought a bomber on the black market myself. A real cool killer machine.
Interesting. I'd like to see it.
Believe me, I'd love to show it to you, but I just sent it to Atacama City on a jump ship.
Flint, enough with the chatting. We're on alert.
And I'm after the slime ball who stole my ship.
Come on. A Terra unit of the pirate scouts is attacking our ELF station. We can't afford a communication breakdown. When you're done, head for Magellan.
The easiest way to find the ELF communication station is to follow the ELF cables on the ocean floor. Vespucci is a bit impatient. They're worried about their ELF station. Sending a distress signal, but the communication center is more important. We've got a new order. Back to the ELF knot. They really don't know what they want.
Fuck over. Well done. Although you took your sweet time about it.
Because of this death trap you offered so generously.
Relax. I'm uploading your credits. And now for something more demanding. Did you know the ground around here is geologically unstable? We've got magma boiling under our butts. Go to McAllen and talk to Diddy Spangler. He's the man to see about these things. He's got a job for you. When you're done, come back and see me. I'll make sure you don't leave the area or pour a man on a junk ship.
Count me in, Flint. I'm gonna oil my torpedo tubes right away.
Whoa. The hero of the ocean stands before me, and all you can do is stare at my ward.
Peace and light, Spangler, and don't be so touchy.
Hey, lady. I come from a snotty, filth-eating miners family. We guzzle pig iron and poop razor blades. And my ward's got more smarts than some people's brains.
DeGrange, my favorite warrior. I thought you went for a few drinks with Boston. Instead, you're hanging out with the dead branch of your family tree.
Dopamine Harp wasn't buying. Besides, he's about as charming as a giant shark on a diet. I think our friend Spangler here might have a job.
Yeah, you gotta go down the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. We detected several Bayern scouts there, and God knows what they're up to.
Why are you always asking me to do your babysitting jobs?
Oh, get going. Off with you. Save the world.
You may be doing just that. We suspect a large Bayern cemetery there, and you know how they tend to resurrect themselves.
All right, but I want Lisa to come along and keep me company.
Blackwater, Euphorine, endorphin booster, anti-HNS pills, equilibrium from the shogunate, brain shots, blue eyes, to drop into your eyes, potency boosters, intelligence boosters, dream server amplifiers here, cyber lollies, nicotine lollies, high-pressure smokes, cortex stimulators for sight, touch, hearing, smell.
What's that, a list of the stuff you just took?
Anti-sleeping pills, suicide gas, only 12 credits for one balloon, AquaNox speedsters, blue brain, ketamine, gleaming psilocybin, dreamfish glands, challenger and enemy secretion.
Let's go, Flint! Hey guys, check this out. We're right over a hot spot. Did you know the hot vents are the origin of all life on Earth? Just think, under that thin crust, down there is a raging sea of liquid magma. Hey Flint, the idea of meeting an entire armada of self-regenerating bions is making me a little bit nervous.
Sorry to interrupt your date, but check out the radar screen. I see bions.
Hey, where are they off to in such a hurry? Come on, Flint, let's follow them. What's up with them? They're not even defending themselves. Of the
like this. I'm picking up a larger biontic signature. Looks like a bomber. I'll bet you wish you had the old Tsukabus back. We've done our job. Let's go home.
Excellent work getting rid of the bions. Flint, Admiral Cox and I are waiting for you in the press center. He's a good man, and not just because of everything we've been through together. Too bad he's being discredited up in Neopolis.
I'm not surprised. What an old grouch. He doesn't fit in with the new line.
Shut your yap, Perry. What kind of line is that anyway? Genetic engineering, corruption, exploitation of the miners?
They even want to outlaw sleeping. For them, every answer involves a new kind of human being.
Calm down. Cox will really fall into disfavor if he keeps talking like that. I've even heard it said that he's considering a coup. Damn. Head for Entrox, Flint. To the wonderland of energy and profit.
Great! I've always wanted to see the Gulf of Mexico. Is it true what they say? That the whole of the Florida Strait is one giant turbine field?
Yeah, but the Gulf Stream recaptures its momentum slowly. Entrox will make billions of credits with transport technology, fusion reactors, and the production of breathing gas until the Gulf Stream gets moving again.
Enough. Get moving. Cox is waiting for you in the press center. And remember, Flint, this job is more important than anything you might find along the way.
Please. A donation to the Adesian sect, mercenary?
What do I get in exchange, old man? Redemption, freedom, or inner peace?
The Adesians seek fear, terror, horror, and darkness.
Wow, that's not your usual kind of salvation.
Light, you are my new assistant? I've been waiting for you for...
Slow down. You scientists are always so impatient. I think you suck on your test tubes too much.
Oh, a comedian.
What do you do here?
I am an evolutionary biologist. I am in charge of the dolphin breeding program. Unfortunately, We have been having trouble with a Liopleurodon saurian, but we're not allowed to shoot him because a single specimen is worth more than 1 billion credits. Still, if someone were thinking of taking a Lio on, say, hypothetically, they would want to distract him in order to get a bead on the spot between his head and body. That's where his ganglionic center is most exposed.
Ah, Flint. Too many cubic miles of water have passed the Denmark Strait since we last met.
True enough, Admiral. How are you?
I haven't been sleeping well since my wife passed away. Besides that, I'm no longer able to put up with these wise guys in Neapolis. They send me out to sea every chance they get just so they can build their brave new world without interference.
Is it really that serious, Admiral?
Is a fish's butt watertight? Ah, forget it. It's imperative that you get to Entrox headquarters in the Gulf of Florida. You're to meet with a new boss, Sergi Chang. He's got information for you about some medieval encrypted data, which currently happens to be in the possession of his predecessor.
What's the data good for?
You don't want to know. All I can tell you is that it forms the basis of an enormous scientific experiment in the tornado zone. It's under the command of an Officer Sewell. I am at liberty to tell you, however, that Sewell is a self-opinionated twit, and a snot-nosed little upstart, and a slippery boot-licking...
Aye, Admiral. We get the picture.
You only think you do. I'll meet you at Entrox. Here's your jump ship ticket for the passage. You can redeem it at Entropoint 2.
What do you know about this Entrox job?
Not much, but I do know I don't like the idea of meeting old Vanderval again. He's a shark, and he's still active.
But with Chang's new management, Entrox is under international control. Besides, I hear your old friend Christina Lloyd is working for Vanderval himself.
Yeah, I know. She's a monster. Someone should give her the coup de grace.
Lloyd, sir, how can Entrox International Company help you?
Making sure my jump ship doesn't sink.
Oh, our technology is very safe, sir. We feature improved dipole propulsion, titanium, and nubium hulls, and a passenger frame that is redundantly supported by nanomaterial.
That's great, sweetheart, provided the pilot isn't drunk.
Our pilots regularly pass a rigorous training and qualification process. May I suggest a tranquilizer, sir?
How about you just sit on my lap and keep me calm?
I'm sorry, sir, but even a charming smile like yours can't work miracles.
That's life. The pure of heart never get the chicks.
Not for the lack of trying, I'm sure, sir. Have a safe journey. Oh, there are 2 gentlemen waiting for you just over there, sir.
Commander Flint, good to meet you.
Don't call me that. I have a reputation as a non-conforming philanderer to protect.
Yeah? Well, first you got a crew that wants to be paid.
Don't worry. The Scientific Committee of the Federation will pay substantially for the recovery of the code data. On top of that, I'm sure that Entrox will have some remunerative chores for you as well.
That would be nice. You know, the cost of living just keeps rising, and I do have 4 gluttonous mouths to feed.
Oh, the hell with it, Flint. Without us, you'd be as dead as rancid muscle.
Ah, mercenary humor. Take care then, and I'm sure we'll meet again in the tornado zone.